The live will update first. All right. Okay. Live. Sorry to be so late, you know. We got a program going on, 40-day program, you know. And we're going to be doing a whole set of cleansing and detoxification. All right. So, hold them over here for me first. Get to the live. Boom. Blop. So we're gonna be doing it. You got that music, please. All right, now let us just let people come to the live, because you don't want to come back and say, what was he saying in the beginning? What was he saying? You know what I mean? Before, you know what I mean? So let the live build up. But before we start the program, this is a serious program because I'm on 5 more days to 40 days. Yeah. All right, now. You're going to have a high blood pressure machine. Alright? You're going to have that on the 40-day program. Twice per day. You're checking your pressure twice per day. First thing in the morning, last thing at night. Have to have that. That's the first thing you're going to have. The second thing you're going to have is a diabetic machine. Always invest in these two machines. A blood pressure machine and a diabetic machine. Invest in those. Very significant. Alright? Because they can tell you if the pressure is high, if the pressure is low, and this can tell you at least FBS in the morning if your sugar is high or if your sugar is low, or if you're borderline. Alright? So those are important. You must have those. If you want to start a program for 40 days, you must have a blood pressure machine and you must have a diabetic machine. Right? Your telescope too, right? Check your heart, check your pulse. It's significant. That's dealing with your thyroid gland too, right? So you have to have those. The third thing you must have is some pH strips. That's significant because you looked at the post yesterday, you see that I said that we're going to change the oil in the body, the fluids, the pH, that is. We're going to try to get it to 7.45 over here. Gotta get it, see there? We're going to try to get a pH. We're going to try to get a pH to 7.5, 7.45. That's what we're trying to get a pH. Don't forget that. That's what the program is all about. Your pH stays balanced, you don't get cancer easy. Your pH stays balanced, you don't get trouble in the thyroid gland easy either. Your pH stays balanced, you don't get trouble in the heart either. Your pH stays balanced, you don't get trouble in the endocrine system either. Your pH stays balanced at 7.45, you don't get trouble in your liver or in your intestines. That's very significant. So you must have some strips. You're going to call Ambrosia to get them too. Right, now, every morning, you're going to urinate on these strips and you're going to compare the strip color to your pH balance here. And that will tell you if you're more alkaline or if you're more acidic. And that's very significant. All right. So, blood pressure machine, diabetic machine, and your pH strips. That's the basic things you have to have. These three things here. All right? Because you will be checking your pressure twice per day. You will be checking your sugar twice per day. And you will be checking your pH 3 times per day. First thing in the morning before your breakfast, before your lunch, before you have your lunch, your smoothies, and before your dinner. 3 times per day. Very significant. Alright? And that will give you an idea where your pH is at. Because you're going to a more alkaline diet. Alright? Wonderful. So you have to have those. So we're doing spark plug, bloop. See that? Sending all the information to your brain. And we're doing, you know what that is? To cool your radiator. You know what that does? That's your thyroid gland. Because the thyroid gland is the metabolism gland of the body. Just like a radiator. It cools the system, hot and cold. So we're working there too. Alright? And then we're working on the brain right over here to keep the memory going. And we're working on the brain to prevent Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease and any kind of troubles in the brain. That is what the 40-day program is all about. You understand? To keep that brain well. A lot of people losing their memory at a young age. You know what I mean? And if you believe in the Most High God, Jehovah, who you want to call him, and he says he made us in our own, in his own image to become like him, and he could name all the children of the stars in heaven by name. So we're supposed to have the same ability to become like him. Not him, but become like him. That's significant. Alright? So we're going to be working on the brain. Bloop. And we're going to be working on the endocrine system, because the endocrine system helps to work with the central nervous system. You resume now, Sam? Alright, wonderful. So, this program is going to be very significant, and we're going to do a lot of them. We have a lot of programs to do, because cancer is the #1 killer of Grenadians. Cancer took over from diabetes. Cancer is the #1 killer of Grenadians, and cancer is the 2nd killer of Americans. Yes, I heard you. Right? Don't forget I said that. Cancer took over the Caribbean countries. Now these programs are significant because they help to prevent cancer from forming in the body, and they also prevent other diseases. So that's significant. Alright? So before we start, we're going to show you, come over here, son. Boom. Over here. We're giving you all them things. See? Gooseberries, raspberries, blackberries, all the berries. We're going to show you how to use them. We're going to the tomatoes with the seeds, grapes, cherries, over here, sorrel, goji berries. These now are in season in the Caribbean. So if you are in a program and you're living in the Caribbean, anyone of the Caribbean countries, you should eat lots of those because they are in season. So we're going to use them in season. Very significant. Eating the food in season. When you eat the food in season, it crosses into your bloodstream. Alright? And we're going to have these, all the primary foods, and the secondary foods. We're going to tell you how to use them during the 40-day program. Okay? Alright? It's not a fasting program, but it is a program that's going to help the body to stay well. Okay? Significant. So, over here, stand still. Let me get it organized for the people. Very significant. Come get your stuff organized. Boom. Okay, we're going to go to... Alright, we're going to go to the PowerPoint, and we're going to show you step by step what you can do. Don't shake the camera, son. I'm using one hand. Well, that's okay. Left hand, so use the left hand, man. You know what I mean? Alright? So, when you get it, let me know. Alright? Now, the first thing you're doing for me in the morning, when you get up in the morning, the first thing I'm going to do is have some ginger with some onions. Right? Don't forget, the first day, when you start the program, you're going to get the program organized in a while on the computer. The first day, you're going to get a glass of ginger and onion water. And they're going to take 1 drop of peppermint oil, and you're going to drop it in right there. Alright? And that will clean up the whole digestive system. You know what I mean? Clean it up, and you're going to drink it. Boop! Go drink it for me. First thing in the morning. First thing you're going to do is that. Piece of ginger, onions, and 1 drop of peppermint oil. And you can squeeze a lime in there too, if you like. You squeeze a lime in there, 1 lemon or lime. And then you're going to drink it up. First thing in the morning. First thing. What it does, it removes the debris from the digestive system and prepare your system for these things. Significant. Alright? Don't forget. You got it, son? Alright. After that, after you have your ginger and your onion, we're going to give you step by step to do it every day. You have that, it's going to burn up your whole system. Trust me, if you have cancer, it's going to run too. After you do that, You're going to have a juice of these things. Nothing else. I want to tell you what to use. I don't want you to use no carrots. I don't want you to use no parsley, because parsley can disarray the nervous system. No parsley. But you're going to use cucumbers, which is alkaline. You're going to use ginger, which is alkaline. You're going to use turmeric, which is anti-inflammatory. You're going to use cabbage for the brain. See the brain right here? With sulfur for your brain. You're going to use lettuce. You're going to juice green, red apple, and pumpkin. That's what you're going to juice. I want to show you. Are you got it, son? Right. All these things here are going to start to alkaline your blood. Keep the blood alkaline. Very significant. And the more alkaline the blood is, the better your endocrine glands work. Let them know that. The more alkaline the blood is, the better your endocrine glands, like the pituitary, hypothalamus, adrenals, pancreas, you know what I mean? They work better that way. Ovaries, men testicles, they work better this way. So for the 40 days, when you're juicing these things, you are going to be keeping the endocrine system well, you're going to be keeping the brain functioning well, and you're going to be keeping the pancreas and the adrenals functioning well, and at the same time, you're going to be working on your spleen. Alright? So you're going to juice them for me. Pay juice. Juice like crazy.
Albert is on the line. Albert, what's your name?
Albert, how you doing, my brother? Thanks for joining the live, man. Your pumpkin. What are you doing for me? For the full 7 days. That's it. You gotta stop, man. Brain. See the brain right there? That's it. Brain. Now, that is the second thing you're going to do for me after you have this guy right here. After you have him, you're going to have a nice glass of vegetable juices with some ginger and turmeric to keep the blood alkaline and feed your cells. Because now, these are going to send nutrients into your cells and the waste is going to come out. That's the key, is to send nutrients into your cells and cause waste to come out. You don't want waste to go in and can't come out. You want the nutrients to go in and send the waste out. So you're going to be bathing your cells in alkaline liquid with these juices. So after this, you go to that. You follow me? We ain't coming to those here yet. We ready for those? See those here? I'm going to try to come over here. Over here, we're not going to go to these yet. We're going to take 1 week before we go to these. Because these are significant for women, especially women who is fighting breast cancer. These here are significant for women who is fighting breast cancer, or breast cancer survivors, or who want to prevent breast cancer. These here are significant, but because lots of people live in North America in the cold, we're going to tell you what time of the day to use these. Cancer prevention. But if you have breast cancer, it protects your receptors from the invasion of estrogen. Man-made estrogen, synthetic estrogen, that is. Alright? Those are the protectors too. Right, next, you're doing now proteins, but from nuts and seeds. Watch me now. See it here? Plant-based protein for your 40 days, we ain't going to no big flesh, no barbecue and stuff. We're going to the plant proteins for the 40 days. All right? And because we need to have protein in the diet in the morning, not a lot of it, only 5 to 10%. You know what I mean? Of the protein. 5 to 10% of the plant protein. So we're going to put some of the protein in the coconut milk. See there? Throw that in there. And then we're going to put some goji berry. You got the sunset?
Just tap it for you. I'm not going for some minutes.
When you put, what is that? What do you call that, son?
Jelly.
Coconut jelly. Yeah? Look, 2 ripe bananas. And now you're going to put your nuts and your seeds and your dried fruits. You follow me? That is the third thing you're going to do after this one is moving from your digestive system in 15 minutes. So this here is going to take 15 minutes to 20 minutes before it moves out of the system, because it don't have to be digested, because remember it's juices. It goes into the bloodstream quick. You got it, son?
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. And then you're going to blend this up. Yeah? Now this is supposed to keep you going for the day. Let's go. Look what we're going to do again now. We're going right over here now. We're going to come back to that. Come to the primary foods, secondary foods. And I want to mention that a lot of people who eat a lot of flesh foods, they should never be eating lots of food that have lots of potassium. Don't forget that. All right? Come over here, son. Let's go to the 40-day detoxification and cleansing program. All right? We're going to look at the brain. See the cabbage right there? Now, look right over there. We're going to go over here. See, that's cancer in the brain. So what we're doing for the 40 days, we are moving the blood so well. And we're moving the blood in an alkaline terrain that you won't have nothing forming in your brain. Period. Can't. Because too many of our people is coming down with cancer. Cancer is moving to the brain, it's going to your liver, it's going to your lung, it's going to your breast, it's going to your pancreas, it's in your lymphatic system, it is in your bones, it's in your prostate, in your ovaries, in your cervix, in your uterus. You have to prevent these things. And this program that we create, or we created, is so significant, because I'm on 35 days now, and I ain't dead yet. I understand. I'm on 35, I have 5 more days to go. But we're going to start the program between the 18th of January for the group, and the 20th of January to the 18th of January to the 18th of February. All right, look it over here. Boom. That's cancer in your brain. But because we go increase the function of the circulatory system and have the blood moving well without clots, without what we call platelet aggravation, we're going to have the blood moving well, and we're going to feed the brain. We're going to feed the brain what the brain needs. We're going to feed the hippocampus of the brain. We're going to feed the part of the brain that deals with memory and cognition. We're going to feed the part of the brain that deals with your mind and your heart. We're going to feed the brain well for the 40 days. With all these juices over here. So that nothing could form in your brain. Your brain going to be like that. Perfect. How God created your brain to be. Just like that. And then you're going to have good memory, because Jehovah God created the stars, trillions of them, and he could name every one of them by name. So how come when we get to a certain age, we can't remember anything? Come on. And if we were created in his own image, we're supposed to become like him, having the same memory no matter how old we are. And that is what the medical system don't teach us. They don't teach us these things. They don't teach us how to keep the brain well. So while you're on the program for 40 days, you're going to be doing what? You're going to be doing your puzzles. What I do is I have a PlayStation, so I will do a cell phone filter, and I will do the memory by going and do the stages all on my own to keep my memory going. Or you can do your puzzles. You understand? to keep the memory of reading, keep the memory going. Checking numbers. 8 and 80, 160. 160 and 60 is what? 330. Huh? 300 and 500 is what? 800. 1,000 and 1,500 is what? 2,500. Keep the brain moving. Don't forget that now. All right? That's the first thing we go into the brain. So we're working on the brain. Because that's a computer. That's what? That's the plug. Come here. See that here? That's him. See him? That's the plug in your vehicle that sends fire to the wires to get it to the engine so you can spark well. That's what we're going to do. We're sparking your brain. We're sparking it with the plugs. Here you go. And in the process, we're keeping the oil clean. We ain't keeping the oil dirty. We're keeping the oil clean. Not dirty oil. Clean oil. Clean gas. It's the process we're going to go. All right? Now this. Then we go into where?
Stick.
Yeah. Bring it up. Bring it up for me, son.
Let me see something.
We go into the endocrine system.
Alright, teacher. Sometimes let's do this. Let's see. Yeah, you just have to tap the screen.
Right. Now, this organ is the main filter of the blood. This organ. And 95% of the people of the world's population have bad liver health. 95% of the world's population have bad liver health. And that's the reason why you have troubles in the liver. That's the reason why you have troubles in the blood. That's the reason why you have troubles in the glands. That's the reason why you have troubles in the brain. That's the reason why you have troubles in your heart. This organ is all messed up. The colon, not the liver, the colon. This organ filters the blood. He is the sewage system, so we're going to keep him clean. We're going to clean him up. Fix him up. Clean him up properly. And once he's clean, and he don't have no waste sitting, the colon that is, I tell you how I made the mistakes in the liver, is the colon, then the large bowel that is, 5 feet long. We're going to clean him up and keep him clean. Keep him moving all day. Move him all week. Moving all the way south. So all here, hepatic flexure, transverse, splenic flexure, descending colon, sigmoid colon, rectum, appendix, cecum, and the valve going to be okay. The valve will close properly. And don't make you have trouble in your gallbladder. Because once you have trouble in the valve, the ileocecal valve, you're going to have trouble in your gallbladder. So we're going to clean up the sigmoid colon. Because once you clean the sigmoid colon, you won't have no polyps sitting in your sigmoid. And colon cancer is on the rise. Colon cancer is on the rise. We just lost E&W to colon cancer. Did all the things, took off, went to Canada, do chemotherapy, and still came back and still they removed 80% of his liver. You understand? So we have to clean him up first. That's the first place we're going to go. And we're going to keep him clean. And once we keep him clean, all the other organs are going to breathe better. And you're going to have better health. You're going to feel so good. We're going back up. You have to go back up a little bit. We're going to go back up a little bit. We go to the brain. Come down to the system here. Go to the colon. And we go into the endocrine system. Now that's where we're going to work. Lots of women have troubles in their period. Lots of women have PCOS. Lots of women have fibroids. Lots of women have growths in the cervix, in the ovaries. Why you have all these growths in the ovaries? Because number one, you have bad liver health. Number two, you have to have the endocrine system working properly. You have to have the hypothalamus gland feeding the pituitary gland. You have to have the pituitary gland feeding the thyroid. You have to have the thyroid gland or the parathyroid feeding the thyroid. You have to have the pineal gland working for you. You have to have the pituitary gland feeding the adrenals. You have to have the pituitary gland feeding the ovaries. You have to have the pituitary gland feeding your pancreas. And you have the pituitary gland feeding your liver. I'm sorry, your kidney. This gland right here. We're going to work on him. Make him balance. So when you have troubles in the reproductive system as a woman and a man, men in the testicles, women in the ovaries and in the uterus, we have to go right here to the endocrine system. So we're going to balance them back. We're going to have this one in balance, that in balance, this in balance, this in balance, this balance, this balance, that balance, this balance. We're going to have them all balanced. We're going to balance them back for you in 40 days. In 40 days, you're going to get them back in balance again. You're going to see all your ovaries start to have no troubles. You're going to see your PCOS start going away. You're going to see all your fibroids start to shrink too. Doing the right thing. Don't forget. So, because the hypothalamus gland sends a signal to the pituitary gland, the pituitary gland have to receive that signal from the hypothalamus in order for the pituitary gland to normalize a woman's LH, luteinizing hormone, and a woman's FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. If the signal is not being sent from the hypothalamus to the pituitary gland, a woman will suffer because now she cannot normalize her LH and her FSH, and in turn her ovaries will start producing androgens, men hormones, and she start getting PCOS. Because now the pituitary is affecting the ovaries, and then the pituitary is also affecting the pancreas. Don't forget I told you all women that. See? It's because they're imbalanced. So once we have the hypothalamus feeding the pituitary, and the pituitary could normalize, the anterior part of the gland, could normalize a woman's LH and FSH, a woman's ovaries will produce her progesterone, which will balance her estrogen together, and she will never have a growth in her ovaries, and she will never have a growth in her uterus. Because women are not following a principle of eating the foods the right way, and they're eating the man-made hormone foods that causing all these glands to malfunction. So once these glands are in balance, there is no signal coming from the hypothalamus to the pituitary, and then you have to have troubles. You start having troubles not only in your ovaries, but men start having troubles in the testicles and the men's reproductive system. So we're going to work here. Hypothalamus, pituitary, pineal gland. The spiritual part of the endocrine system is the pineal gland, and the thymus gland right here. He's the master gland of the immune system. We're going to work on all of them. See, him. If you don't feed him certain nutrients, he will shrink on you prematurely, and you will get cancer faster. If you don't take care of him, the thymus gland that is, he will not produce your thymosin, which have to produce your T lymphocytes and your cytotoxic cells and your NK cells, and then parasites will come in, fungi will come in, yeast will come in, and viruses like HSV and HIV and all of them will come in, and then he can't fight for you because he is imbalanced. That's the key. That's the reason why God created heaven and earth in a certain way, certain pattern. All the moon, the stars, and the sun is in balance. The earth spins at a certain rate. It can never spin faster. Once it go off, we're going to die. If the moon drops out of orbit, we're going to die. Because they're all in balance. And that's the reason why we have to put them back in balance again. Very significant. Follow me now. We go into the woman's ovaries, and we are going to the man's testicles. And we are going to help the woman's placenta. And we're going to help the woman's adrenals. We're going to help the man's adrenals. We're going to help the pancreas, and we're going to help the thyroid gland and the parathyroid in the process. But because we're going to work over here, we are going to help make these here control all of them over here and make them become in balance. That's the key. That's where we're going to go. Next one. Now, this guy right here, I mismentioned him a while ago. Him right here, the liver. He is very significant in keeping your thyroid gland healthy, especially if you have an underactive thyroid or hypothyroidism. And as I said before, 95% of the world's population have bad liver health. The Kupffer cells don't work well. The enzymes don't work well. And because your doctor take a hepatic profile test for you and look at your SGPOT and your alkaline phosphatase and all your bilirubin and say, oh, they're all in order, he is only looking for tissue health. But you can have good tissue health of the liver and still have bad liver health. You follow me? Because this organ have over 500 functions, and he's the main filterer of the blood. See him here? He's cancerous now. Right here he's cancerous. And when he becomes cancerous, he can never perform the over 500 functions that he's supposed to perform for you and I. And it kills you long term because you were abusing him on a regular basis. So now we're going to take him to a trip to Hawaii for 40 days. We're going to take this organ on a trip to Hawaii for 40 days. And we're going to keep him well. And once we keep him well, your eye going to stay healthy. Once we keep him well, your brain going to stay healthy. Once we keep him well, your heart and your kidney going to stay healthy. And once we keep him well, all your glands and your gallbladder and your pancreas and all your adrenals, all of them will stay well because he is the filterer of the blood. So we can work on him for 40 days. And if you have cancer anyway, and you keep the Kurfür cells healthy, and you keep this organ stimulated and strong, anything coming, you're going to throw them off. Because you know why? He is healthy, he is strong, he's stimulated. But once he's weak, anything comes in, it won't overtake him. That's common sense. If you have a weak liver and cancer coming, the cancer will take over your liver. If you have a strong liver, by stimulating the liver with young herbs, and he is strong, ain't no cancer could come in and take over your Kurfür cells. Never, ever. He's going to stay strong. He's going to fight for you because you are taking care of him. So we're going to go there. Next one, son. Go down. Going down now. Now look at the program. Day 1. As I showed you a while ago, day 1, you're going to have half a cup of ginger tea mixed with 1 lemon and 1/4 of onion, a teaspoon of A or B grade maple syrup, because maple syrup have a lot of magnesium. You're going to drink that for me. And a glass of the still water. That's what you're going to have. Just me did it a while ago. First thing in the morning. Every morning, you're going to do that for me. For 40 days. 1/2 cup of ginger tea mixed with 1 lemon. Squeeze the lemon in there or lime. And 1/4 of an onion. A teaspoon of the B grade maple syrup. And a glass of the still water after you drink that. And then check your pH for me. Check your strips. Pee on the strips. Look at the strips. So every morning, you're going to pee on the strips. And every morning you pee on that strip's supposed to be acidic, not alkaline. Anytime you get up in the morning for the 40 days, and you pee on these strips, you pee on this strip every morning. That pH supposed to stay between, look at the numbers now, I want you to read the numbers for me. That pH supposed to stay between the numbers of 5.0 and 6.5. No more than that. Every morning, you're supposed to get a reading of 5.0 to 6.5, not 7.0. If your pH reads 7.0 in the morning, that means you are retaining acid in the body. Before your lunch, your pH supposed to be 7.0 to 7.5 before your lunch. Before you have anything in the evening, you check it again. Your pH supposed to be 7.0 to 7.5, not 6.5, not 6.0, not 5.0, not 5.5. The only time your urine supposed to be 5.5 to 6.5 is in the morning time, because the kidney is picking up acid from the tissues between the hours of 3 a.m. and 4:30 a.m. in the morning and chuck it out in the urine. So the urine must be acidic in the morning, but not in the afternoon and not at night. Don't forget that now. Check your pH. Wonderful. Peeing on the strips. All right? You're going again? 1 glass of vegetable juice. We just gave you the juices of cabbage, cucumber, ginger, turmeric, beet, string beans for the pancreas, for the insulin, green, red, and yellow peppers, celery, no parsley. No, don't put any parsley in your juices now. It's going to disarray your nervous system. And 1 peg of garlic and 1 green apple. No red apple at all. Don't forget that. The juice: cabbage, cucumbers, ginger, turmeric, beet, string beans, green, red, and yellow peppers, celery, 1 peg of garlic, and 1 apple. Smoothie: I just made a smoothie a while ago. Your nuts, your seeds, your dry fruits, ginger, coconut milk, and your vegan protein. And this should be done for the first 7 days. No food. That's day 1 to day 7. All right? Now, from day 1 to day 7, you're going to follow that first instruction on the top here. From day 7 to day 30, because we're going for 40 days. So from the 7th day to the 30th day, you're going to have the same things you're doing here, like the first day, but now you're going to add some supplements. Look at what they are. We're going to the brain. You're going to get GABA. You're going to get L-theanine. You're going to get DHA. You're going to get B12. Multi-mineral, because the body functions on minerals more than vitamins. Buffered vitamin C for the thymus gland. And your primary foods over here. Whole grains. Your primary foods are your whole grains and lesser amount of beans to balance your proteins. Look at them over here. Come over here, son. See them here? Your secondary, your primary foods over here. See? Primary foods. Whole grains. And lesser amount of protein, of beans, to balance your proteins. Don't forget I told you that. Whole grains. And a lesser amount of beans to balance back your protein. So you don't have toxicity. Significant. That's why we have to know to use the food together. So come back over here now, son. So, from the 7th day, not the first day, from the first day to the 7th day, you're going to only have juices and water and your smoothies and teas. You understand? Tell what the teas are. But from the 7th to the 30th day, you're going to implement now your GABA for the brain, L-theanine for the brain, DHA for the brain, vitamin B12 for the neurotransmitters in the brain, multi-mineral to alkaline the body, because all the minerals are alkaline. They buffer vitamins, especially vitamin C. They are buffers. They are buffers and get into the bones. You know what I mean? They're good for the skin. Your multi-mineral, either in a capsule or in the powder, but not in the tablets. Either the capsule, the powder, or the liquid. Do not buy your multi-minerals in tablets. They won't work for you. They're going to clog up your thyroid gland and they're going to make your parathyroid all messed up. Leave the tablets alone in minerals. Minerals should be taken in either liquid, capsules, or powder, but not in tablets at all. The liver don't break it down properly. So you're going to put more strain on your liver if you're going to use these minerals in tablet form. Take it from me. Buffered vitamin C in the powder form, and your primary foods, which is your whole grains, and lesser amount of beans to balance your proteins. That's on the 7th to the 30th day, you're going to implement these foods into the diet now. Secondary foods. Your secondary foods should be fresh vegetables in season, lightly steamed. Your okras and all the other coarse ones, lightly steam them. You understand? Don't forget, secondary foods is your fresh vegetables in season and lightly steam them. In a steamer. Let me know, sir. See them here? Steam them. Steam them. Steam them. Yeah? That's it. Yeah? Steamer. You're going to get a nutrient. The tertiary foods. The tertiary foods are fruits and heavy proteins and dairy. They're what we call tertiary foods. But because we're on a 40-day program, we don't want to give it a lot of mucus. We're going to do nothing with heavy proteins and no dairy at all. Fruit juices of gooseberries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberry, black grapes. With the seeds, lycium fruit, beetroot, Romania for the spleen, sorrel to build the blood, and they should be taken between 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. No earlier or no later than that. Don't forget that now. That is significant because in the morning when you rise, these have a lot of sugar. They're not like the dried fruits. Your pancreas is not rising, so you don't want to feed your pancreas too much sugars early in the morning, or you don't want to feed your pancreas too much sugars after 6 o'clock because it's going to regenerate. So your fruit juices, we're going to make it for you in a while. of your raspberry, your gooseberries, your blueberries, your blackberries, your black grapes, or the seeds, and your lycium fruit, and your beetroot and Romania and sorrel should be mixed in a blender with some coconut water, or you can juice some apple juice and mix them together, and they should be taken between the hours of 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. No later or no earlier than that. All right? And you should start taking these juices, the fruit juices that is, from the 7th day to the 30th day. Don't forget that now. You're going to have it written down. You're going to have it written down. Come, son, keep the thing on the camera. Have it written down in a while. Now, day 7 to 30, all right? If the person, Brother Gillian, if you're looking at the program now for your wife, if the person have hypothyroidism, meaning that they're eating less but they're gaining weight, you're gonna implement. If you have if the thyroid is all messed up, over here, come, son, shoot over here, man. If this gland is all messed up and the parathyroid is not working properly, and you become hypo, if you are hypothyroidism now, and you have nodules in the thyroid gland, we're going to give you bladder wrap, yellow dock, Oregon grapefruit. Come on, shoot the camera, son. Oregon grapefruit, you all young people are just serious, man. Milk thistle, violet leaves, zinc, tyrosine, and a paste made of turmeric powder, myrrh, M-Y-R-R-A, I think I spelled it wrong, golden seed powder, pork root powder mixed in coconut oil or grapeseed oil, and rub it on the thyroid gland over here. When you make that paste, if you have nodules in the thyroid gland, I want you to make that paste and rub it on the thyroid. And all them nodules will start shrinking after the 40 days. You understand? A paste of what? Turmeric powder, myrrh powder, M-Y-R-R-A, is the wrong spelling here, golden seal, pork root, milk, and mix it in some coconut oil or some grapeseed oil, and then rub it on the thyroid gland. And all the nodules start disappearing when you're draining your lymphatic system with all these herbs. See? If you're hypo, on the active thyroid that is. If you're hyperthyroidism, that means that you are producing too much thyroxine. When you're hypo, you're not producing thyroxine, and you need iodine to make thyroxine. That we're going to give you some bladder rack here. To give you iodine, because you need iodine to make thyroxine. Yeah? If you're hyperthyroid, you're going to implement your lemon balm, your mother's wort, your horton, your burgerweed, your calcium, and your B complex for the parathyroid. Because usually, if you're hyperthyroidism, it's because your parathyroid is not metabolizing calcium properly and the B complex. And it is not getting signals from the pituitary gland. So all of a sudden, it becomes hyperactive. You start to lose weight. Not because you're producing too much thyroxine. So these herbs are what we call thyroxine inhibitors. They prevent the thyroid gland from producing too much thyroxine. And if you have palpitation of the heart because you have bulgy eyes and palpitation because of the glandular system, we give you what? Burgerweed and horton to calm the heart. Don't forget that now. God put herb for everything on the earth, man. You are from the earth. So you have to go to the earth for all your cures. Because that's where they at. The earth. Because that's where you die. When you die, that's where you go. To the earth. You don't go to heaven. You go to the earth. You understand? So that's what you're going to do. You're going to have all these. If you're hypo, you use these. If you're hyper, you're going to use these herbs. All right? So my brother, Julian, if your wife is looking, if she's hypo, you're going to use these herbs. And if she has a nodule or she have a growth or goiter, you can use these powders and mix them together in some coconut oil and some grapeseed oil, and you rub it on the thyroid gland and follow that 40-day program, and you're going to see your neck start shrinking. Woo! Jehovah is great. Right? Now, from day 30 to day 40, you're going to go back to same as day 1 to day 7. Don't forget now. From day 30 to day 40, you're going to back to the beginning of the program, which is the 1st to the 7th day. So for the next 10 days, you are going to go back to the same as day 1. You're going to have everything for you on the website that you can follow properly. You understand? That you can follow properly. Let's go over here now, sir. Last, popping up now. Now, the purpose of this here now, see them? See them here? Gooseberries, blackberries, strawberries. You can buy them in the Whole Food stores if you live in America. You know? Don't use these tomatoes unless you like to steam them. You can put in your cherries and your Galician fruit. You can put them in here, and your grapes with the seeds. You know what I mean? And you can put some beets. And you can put all this, your berries in here, your grapes in here. All of them here. Boop, throw them in here. And your sorrel. Never ever boil your sorrel. Throw the sorrel in there too. Throw all that in there. Boom. Throw them in there. And you squeeze one lemon. See? One lime. Ooh. Squeeze that in there. Keeps everything alkaline. You know what I mean? And you go blend it up. Sick. Murder. What you mean? Come on, show them. Come on here, man. See that? See that there? That's God food. That's live food. That's going to feed your, see them here? You're going to feed that. Strengthen them. Carotenoids, retinoids, flavonoids. Feed them, strengthen them. Your eye capillary is going to be strong with them here for the 40 days. But you're going to only use this juice between the hours of 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. No later than that and no earlier than that. Don't forget that. To keep the pancreas well. See? And then you're going to take a little bit of that. You drink about 3 to 4 glasses per day of this every day. And it's cheap in New York. Yeah? Can't go wrong. And see him? He have more iron than beets. He have 20% iron. He have 22% potassium. He have silicon. He have silica. He have magnesium. But he's full of iron. That's what you got to use. Build the blood. When the blood is built, and your spleen going to make the blood, and your liver going to store the blood. And that's the program for 40 days. That's the program for 40 days. 40-day program. And we're going to put it in the group. We have a group chat. We're going to put it in the group. I have the group, you know what I mean? Staying healthy. Because I teach prevention. I teach prevention, man. I teach no when I get sick and come back, I teach prevention. So for that 40 day, we have the program together. We're going to put it on the website. You can download the program and look at it step by step. You have a whole week or 2 to get all these things together. Call Ambrosia. If you have a health food store next to you, a whole food store next to you, go to your whole food store or go to your health food store and get the herbs. You understand? We have the herbs there too. All right? See the herbs? We have all the herbs there. We have all the herbs for... We have all the herbs here. I think we have all the herbs there. We have all the herbs. We have all the herbs for the programs. See them there? See them there? See them? All the herbs are there. Yeah? What the herbs? The herbs are there. The herbs are... You can call Ambrosia. Come, son. It's okay. You can call Ambrosia and ask for Ashanti. The number is 718-469-0985. They have the package there for all the herbs. And the herbs going to be ashwagandha, cassandra berry, horton, dandelion root, yellow duck root, pork root, violet leaves, echinacea, burdock, all these herbs for the glands, chase tree for the woman's reproductive system and the pituitary gland, and all the other herbs that will keep you well. It's a program that will keep you healthy for 40 days. And you're going to have 3 to 4 cups of these teas every day. And just follow my things, man. Follow my things. And you'll never get cancer. Follow my things. You'll never get saccharidosis. Follow my things and you'll never get MS and RA and lupus and high blood pressure and diabetes. Follow my things. Follow them. free information. They're free. I ain't charging nothing. See? Free. Just follow them. And get life. And stay well. And keep your family healthy. And you won't be a statistics of the institutions. Because that's all I tell you to do. Go and get sick and come back to them. I tell you, don't get sick. Because once you have wealth, your wealth will go back into your health. If you're not staying healthy, I'm telling you. And not because you feel you're young, and you're 25 and you're 30, you're all right, and I'm young. You're all dying too. You're all dying before the older people anyway. You're eating bad. And when you're young, don't think you won't get older. You will become an elderly. You will reach 60. You will reach 70. You're going to reach 80. Now what you going to do? What you going to do now? When you messed up when you were younger, and you get to 70 and 80, and you have to walk with a stick, and you're over your whole body. You have fibromyalgia. It catches up with you. So don't feel that you're going to stay young forever now. It ain't going to happen. Because we all get old and die. But if we get old, we want to have a good quality of life. That's the key. To have a good quality of life when we get older. So we could die in peace without suffering, without pain and sufferation, and can't see, and have high blood pressure, and have diabetes, and removing the hands and the feet, and cutting the limbs off, having lupus. We have a better quality of life if we use these things the right way. You know what I mean? That God put for us to use on the earth. To teach us, taught us. He tell us what to do, how to use them. You don't use them. You know what I mean? And these programs are so significant that they will keep you healthy. You know what I mean? They fix your thyroid troubles. They fix your PCOS. They fix your fibroids. They fix your cancer. They fix your high blood pressure. Because what they do, they balance back. Everything is in balance. Bloop, like that. See? Not like that. Like this. That's what you're going to do over here. You're going to balance back everything now. And once you balance back everything, you're going to feel better. You're going to save your kidney. You're going to save your heart. You're going to save your liver. You're going to save your brain. And when you get older, you'll never get Alzheimer's, never get Parkinson's, never get dementia, never get no tumors in your brain. Why? Because you have the blood moving, because the blood is your life. And once you keep the bloodstream clean and keep acid from the blood, you can never ever get the disease. Because why? Your pH stays at 7.5, 7.45. Blessed love, and give all the glory to the Most High Jehovah God for His inspiration and His wisdom that He gave to man, but man don't use it. Don't forget, call Ashanti at 718-469-0985 and tell Ashanti you want the 40-day program. I put it together for everybody already. And it's not, what's the word, money? Money? Cheap is not cheap. So where your health come? Where your health come, man? Huh? You got to spend money on your health. Because when you get sick, you got to spend more money to get better. So best you spend the money not to take care of your health. It's important. So get on the good foot and start doing the right thing. Because cancer is mashing us up in the Caribbean countries. Cancer is mashing us up in Grenada, in Antigua, in St. Lucia, and Trinidad and Tobago. Dominica, full of it too. St. Thomas, full of it. Kidney disease, kidney failure. Losing your kidneys to diabetes and high blood pressure. Because you're eating bad. Huh? Follow these programs. And stay out of the institutions. Like me and my children. We don't go inside the institutions. Because we try to eat the right foods. Keep your family well. You understand? And you will be a healthier person when you get older. So don't forget to call Ashanti 718-469-0985 and tell me you want a 40-day program Patrick Del made up, and he will send it to you for me. Or you call Deborah or Angel on Hand at 888-971-1757. That's our office, and then you can talk to the Angel. Now, we have our online store coming out soon. We tired sell people things. Our people, African people, have to learn to do for ourselves. You understand? You know, people say, I'm not a racist, you know. You know what I mean? I love everybody. I love all people. But I have a special love for my people, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with me having a special love for black people. You understand? So I'm saying that we have to look at supporting our people and lifting them up. Get rid of the jealousy and the envy and the hate that you have for yourself. And start loving your brother and your neighbor as yourself. You understand? And pick him up. So he can pick you up at the same time. That's the key in having a strong nation, a strong people, like our people, who's strong, but yet we are the most weakest on the face of the earth. Why? Because we're not together. We don't think together. We have self-hate. So we want to do things to help our people. That's the key. So we have our online store, and it's going to be patricktdelves.com. And we're making our own products for our people. If you can't afford, we give it to you too. You understand? Because it's not all about money. Blessed love. And don't forget to give the thanks and praise to the Most High Jehovah God, because He, at the end of the day, is who? The ultimate healer of all things. Blessed. Give thanks.